Girls of Reddit. What are the unwritten rules of the girl code that us guys don't know of? Story 1. If a guy is messing around with his girl, and one girl finds out about the other girl will get notified. There is no going around it, even if it's an affair that has gone undetected for years. Seriously, some guys don't know that. Story 2. It's usually stuff that helps keep us safe. Texting each other before you get in a taxi alone and when you arrive. If you're alone and feel unsafe, call a friend and keep them on the phone just for your own peace of mind. Any scenario where a woman is being unwantedly hit on or harassed by a guy, you step up and try to get him to leave, regardless of whether you know the woman or not. Watching each other's drinks at bars and clubs. I also once had a woman give me a pair of rolled-up flats from her bag on a night out because she knew I had to walk home alone. I live close to the bar, and you can't walk fast or run in heels. Additionally, if a woman compliments you on a dress or skirt that has pockets, you have to reply, "Thanks, it has pockets," and tell her where you bought it from. Story 3. When your best friend just got dumped and her arch nemesis trots in and starts loudly bragging about getting engaged, you find the cattiest thing you can think of to say and you say it. When I was in this situation, my bestie came up with the gem, "Wow, it's so shiny. Are you sure it's real?" And I will love her forever for it. You always tuck another girl's tag in if it's sticking out of her shirt. No one questions it, no explanation needed. Story 4. Likewise, if she's having some other wardrobe malfunction, like bra showing or skirt hiked up in the back, you tell her, discreetly, even if she's a stranger. I had one of the meanest girls in school who used to bully me whisper to me to adjust my skirt in the back one time. It's just a given. Story 5. Always ask the other girls around you if they want to go to the bathroom with you, even if you're not that close with them. Let them borrow your extra hair tie or bobby pin, even though you know there's a 97% chance you won't get it back. Ask before dating a friend's ex-crush or ex-BF. Other than the period and hair tie things that have already been mentioned, and these are more largely dependent on knowing the other girl or woman's interests, you recognize who she's interested in and make sure to disappear unobtrusively to give them alone time. Don't post pictures or show them around in which you, and only you, look good, even if you look like a caveman in every other photo of both of you. If she's considering buying something, be it clothes, a haircut, or whatever, give her honest but not mean advice. If she ignores you, shut up and never mention it again. If she's already bought it, especially if it was expensive, don't say anything unless she asks. And be sure she actually wants an honest opinion, not a confirmation that she looks good. There's a difference. Story 6. When we say we are going to the bathroom, you come with us to discuss what just happened. Story 7. When a friend is fighting with her significant other, girl code dictates that we sympathetically listen and then immediately forget everything we've heard because she usually goes back to that guy. Story 8. Girls help other girls get away from guys. Doesn't matter the age gap. Total fact. When I was 15 years old and still needed a ride to dinner and the movies, I was meeting up with some guy 2 years older than me with one of my best friends. He was a super creep and decided to pull out his peen in the movie theater. Not exactly knowing what to do with that at age 15, I get awkward and go to the bathroom. Some woman in her 40s heard me and my friend talking about it and physically walked me out of the bathroom to my dad's car, on total creep patrol the whole time. I still think about that woman and how cool it was for her to play block for a total stranger. By the way, thanks for watching the video, and if you want to be alerted to more videos in the future, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Story 9. If you see your fellow girlfriend drunk and getting hit on by a bunch of guys, don't leave her there. Help her if she's not with someone trusted. I'm not a girl, but I'm a firm believer that the Girls Network exists. The Girls Network is a system by which all women will simultaneously know what each is doing about a particular event within a 5-mile radius. Example, a girl finds out her boyfriend has been cheating on her. At that moment, every member of the female gender within 5 miles will know he's a cheating even if they don't know him. Story 10. If you're skinnier than the girl you're talking to, don't rant about your weight. Story 11. Girls watch other girls' drinks. Whether you're BFFs or just met an hour ago, girls keep an eye on other girls' drinks. You can't be too careful. Story 12. If a woman asks you for menstrual products and you have a spare, you give one to her. Doesn't matter if she's your worst enemy or a stranger in a bathroom rest stop. You hand over a spare pad or tampon, and also tell her if she has a bloodstain on her trousers. Story 13. Don't call, text, hang out with, or otherwise initiate a relationship of any kind with a woman's husband or boyfriend. Duh. Always inform a girl of a wardrobe malfunction, lipstick on teeth, or boogers in a discreet and friendly way to save her embarrassment. If a girl farts in public, it never happened. Always be honest about not hanging out, and if you cancel, do it well enough in advance so you don't leave your girl hanging. Yes, you have to RSVP or decline a wedding/shower invitation. Do not offer an unsolicited negative opinion on a woman's clothes, makeup, cooking, or significant other. Only ask if you are really sure that she is pregnant. Some ladies need to vent. Let them. Don't judge. If a guy your friend likes is sketchy, you tell her. If you know something good or bad about a guy your friend likes, you are obligated to tell. Boyfriends and husbands. Yes, we talk about bedroom stuff amongst ourselves. No, we don't talk about things that are embarrassing or really private. If a girl in your group is crying, you try to help if possible. We all get overwhelmed and have bad days. Story 14. You help other women who seem to be in trouble. When I was a teenager, my mom and I went to Walmart to get groceries. We split up to save time, and a man started stalking me through the aisles. I finally got out to the main area and saw a lady with 2 kids. Walked right up to her and stood as close as possible. She was confused, but when I made a motion at the guy, she understood. She loudly thanked me for getting the milk and called me honey. Also referred to her son as my brother. Once the guy left, she stayed with me until I saw my mom, and then stayed where she was until I got to my mom and motioned that I was okay. That lady deserves an award for helping me that day. I'll always remember this video from when I was a kid that said if you were separated from your parents somewhere in public, to look for a grandma or mother with children. Story 15. I always make sure to remind all my female friends how pretty and smart they are every so often. It isn't easy being a woman, and a lot of women aren't comfortable with their bodies. For me, it is of the utmost importance to remind my female friends how pretty and intelligent they are and how much they mean to me. Story 16. Was so hoping to see the top post to be that they regularly pillow fight in determining who the dominant female is. Story 17. If you intentionally mess with another person's relationship, you deserve every piece of flack that comes your way. If he has a girlfriend, you know what is appropriate to say and what is not. I don't care if you've never met his girlfriend a day in your life. You keep your shit to yourself. Story 18. This one especially applies to college girls. If you're at a party and you see a girl doing something she might regret the next day due to drinking way too much, you go over there and make sure she's okay, and watch the drinks if you can, and make sure nothing gets accidentally slipped in them. Story 19. The more we dress ourselves up, the more we expect to have a busy or eventful day. If I put on a nice outfit, do my hair, my makeup, in my head, I'm saying, today I need to, or already am doing, something significant to show off what I'm wearing. Conversely, if my hair is messy and I'm wearing a huge t-shirt, the only thing I probably did, or expect to do today, is Reddit, Netflix, and maybe picking up milk at the grocery store. So if you want someone with unscheduled days who are laid back, look for messy buns, t-shirts, etc. If you want someone who is busy or very social, look for someone who is mostly dressed up. Story 20. Much like a code among smokers, you can ask anyone smoking to bum one. There are no barriers among complete strangers if she likes your dress, glasses, haircut, etc. You receive the compliment with delight and immediately give details as how to acquire the same. Then you move on again like the total strangers that you are. I had a woman just ask me once how I wash my hair. I have curly hair, so it's a big thing to know your routine. And I spent 10 minutes speaking to a complete stranger on the streets of DC like she was my BFF about co-washing, hair twisting, hair products, and all that jazz. One caveat to this is that if there is a significant age difference between the compliment giver, being the older one, and the receiver, then there is a chance it might not be received well. It's a fine line. Story 21. Letting someone know about a makeup meltdown. I love makeup. I work in a nursing home. Thermostats are always set to 80 in the rooms. Not ideal for keeping that makeup looking fresh. Sometimes my eyeliner will transfer to my upper lid. Mascara will flake off. Sweat stripes through my foundation, etc. I get so pissed when I don't have time to go to the bathroom for 3 hours, thus not being able to check myself out in the mirror and find out something on my face is all jacked up. I always discreetly tell someone if something is off because that's your face. That's where people are looking. Same goes for hair malfunctions. Like if a girl has a smooth ponytail, but I can see a random loop of hair sticking out, maybe it got caught on a ring or earring or something. Always say something. Gotta help a sister out, you know? Story 22. As far as I've ever seen, every girl knows the look. The look is a look a girl gets on her face when she is in a situation that she doesn't want to be in. It's part help me and part get me out of here. When you see this look, you step in. Doesn't matter if you know the girl or not. In a Walmart at like 2 a.m., this super creepster was following me around, so I just walked up to a random woman and said, "Oh my gosh, I've been looking for you everywhere," and I gave her the look. She looked behind me and half hugged me and whispered, "That guy in the red?" Then we fake friend walked around to find her giant biker boyfriend. They walked me to my car and everything. It's sister code. It is now my duty to pay it forward. Story 23. We hug with an active mind on avoiding boob smush. How does this work? Do they interlock? Story 24. Talking about personal issues like health and bodily functions, relationships and everything in between is cool. Sometimes even with complete strangers, especially in the toilets in a bar or nightclub. Story 25. If you are at a bar and one of your friends has had so much that she needs to puke and or can't look after herself, you need to hold her hair back, make sure she doesn't lose her purse, and escort her as close to home as possible. Also, if your friend asks for makeup, let them use it. Another side of that coin, if you need to borrow makeup, for the love of Cthulhu, don't apply it straight to your face. Use proper sponges or brushes, or at the very least, apply it to your fingertip first. Story 26. If a weird guy is hitting on your friend, you automatically become lesbians. Story 27. Always compliment a woman's new baby. Say it's gorgeous, perfect, the cutest thing you've ever seen, even if it looks like a half-baked meatloaf. Story 28. If I see a girl, or a guy but it happens less often, with their clothes tag sticking out of the back of their neck, I will always tell them, or just tuck it back in myself. I was at a pub in Glasgow a few years ago and tucked a stranger's tag in for them. I didn't know how she would react, but it had to be done. She ended up hugging me for about 5 minutes, saying that she does this too, and thanked me for ages. A small gesture, which I think would mean nothing to guys, but as a girl, I would appreciate it if someone did this for me. Story 29. If a girl is really pissed at you for whatever reason, leave her alone. Do not try to make up for it by being extra nice. That will only piss us off even more. We'll come around in our own time, or not, but constantly trying to force us to be happy again is a bad idea. Story 30. If a girl is being harassed or you overheard someone else planning to do something to her, you don't leave her alone. I was on the bus once and this random girl came up to me and hugged me. As she did so, she whispered to me and said the group of guys in the back were talking about jumping me and my group of friends for our phones. I will forever thank that girl. One girl was being catcalled on the train and the guy wouldn't leave her alone. So I sat next to her and began making small convo as if we were friends. The guy eventually left. Never leave each other alone. Story 31. When meeting a couple for the first time, greet the man second and, if possible, slightly less enthusiastically. It lowers the level of assumed threat. If you come across a woman who desperately needs to pee, you stand guard while she's in the bushes whether you like or know her or not. No matter how much you like, love, or think of as a brother your friend's boyfriends, your loyalty remains to your friends. Never keep a secret for the boyfriend from the girlfriend. Try to use positive reinforcement to encourage a friend to go with a different choice of clothing, but if necessary, be blunt without being unkind. Story 32. If another female asks if they look fat, the answer is always no, followed by a compliment. Story 33. Not a girl, but I've always imagined there's a way to subtly suggest they have lipstick on their teeth to each other, and other such makeup faux pas. Story 34. Complimenting one another while drunk in the bathroom is the freaking best. Story 35. If your best friend is mad at someone, you're also mad at that person. LOL. Story 36. Damn, women really do stick together. Why don't we guys also do that? Generally, we don't have to. A good portion of the sticking together is because of dangerous a-hole guys. Story 37. You never contribute to another woman feeling uncomfortable about their breast size. When boys start getting interested in breasts, they can be immature little pricks about it, always wanting to draw attention to them. But girls always seem to be acutely aware of the potential for embarrassment and leave it alone. Examples. Called in to do the scoliosis test and didn't wear a bra. 'cause boobs were too small to need one. So you are 100% naked from your waist to your shoulders in front of girls who are wearing bras, so not as naked as you, and usually rude as hell to you. If they had even made the slightest hints about your flat chest to the guys they were friends with or dating, it would have spread like wildfire, and you never would have heard the end of it. But not a peep, not a mean word. You never heard about it again, despite how rude they are about literally everything else. Example number 2. My mom made me wear a bra to school one day that made me look like I had boobs, and guys were relentless. Girls, nada, not a peep. Example 3. A freshman in college was clearly stuffing her bra some days, and not stuffing it evenly every day so you could see fluctuations in sizes. No judgment or comments ever from any girls. Guys tried to bring it up and comment on it when she wasn't around, and it was quickly shut down by the women present with something along the lines of, well, maybe she's feeling self-conscious about her body because you guys can't stop judging it, rating it, etc. You are the exact reason she feels like she'll be judged on how she looks, and if your pee-pee size was on display as much as our boobs are, maybe you wouldn't be so goddamn quick to talk about it. Then the guys went quiet and looked pensive. Story 38. Insult the bad ex when she's talking about him. I get it, okay? Sometimes the girl might be in the wrong too. But when consoling your girlfriend, it helps to insult their ex-boyfriend and call them an idiot for not noticing or appreciating how amazing she is. Her. My ex-boyfriend just dumped me over text. Me. What on earth? What a jerk. I will fight him. And then it gets weird when they get back together again. This must be approached with caution, however, so as not to go so far as to imply your friend was stupid to like the guy in the first place. Also, there is a notable chance they might get back together or are just in a fight, so throwing too much hate his way will make the friend isolate you when things are going better with the guy. It's definitely a fine line. Story 39. One time at church, my period randomly started and I needed a pad. But my church was mostly full of girls that hadn't had their period at the time, or menopausal women. So this one angel of a lady says she has none, but she had recently had a baby, so she gave me a diaper to fold up and wear as some kind of pad. Women help girls the best they can in this situation, no matter what. Story 40. Oddly, I didn't realize there were unspoken rules until I started working with a trans woman and she doesn't follow them. From a man, it's just par for the course that what I consider basic politeness isn't followed, but I have a very negative reaction when a woman presenting or identifying person isn't polite in particular ways. I haven't asked her pronouns, so I can't be 100% confident she's a trans woman. I'm just assuming based on the fact they're male and dressed as a woman, but I could be wrong. If a woman smiles at you, you smile back. If you almost run someone over or open a door to them, you apologize. If someone compliments you, you thank them, and usually offer your own compliment sometime soon after. It's a bonding thing. If someone asks about your weekend, night, family, whatever, you do the same for them. Story 41. If someone asks you to take a picture for them, you take at least 3. Not always, but typically candids, multiple angles, and portrait mode for iPhone are also done. Story 42. There are some things I love about being a woman. Women in public restrooms. We smile and sometimes make deeply personal comments to complete strangers. It's all okay, as long as it's quick. In a few seconds, we can tell them a deep secret, ask if our bra is showing in the back, ask for a tampon, and get a polite comment on our hair color. I asked my son if men smile at each other in restrooms, and he said, "Are you crazy? Never." It made me appreciate the quick comfort, solace, and politeness that women generally enjoy in public restrooms. Story 43. If you get money from an ATM late at night, and you are in your car about to leave but you see another girl go up to the machine, you wait until she finishes and goes back into her car. Me and my sister did this once when our dad was in the car, and he asked why we weren't leaving. We told him we had to wait for the girl at the ATM to finish so we can make sure she's safe. He wanted to roll the window down and tell her we were waiting for her to leave, but we just looked at him like he was crazy and told him, she knows what we are doing because she would do the same. Story 44. If she's dating a known take turns getting her out of the house. Play cards, shop for shoes, ask her to help you lay out the garden, make pie. Never broach the subject yourself. Just make sure she knows she's welcome at any time, day or night, with or without advance notice. Story 45. Console the crying one. You look sad. Have a PS4. I'll see myself out.